Oh my God. Hey, come back here. Come back here. Sorry, bro. I got nothing for you right now. Okay. Yeah. All right, stay. Whatever. Okay, team. Hello. So, you're probably wondering, Nsima, why the fuck have you not put the meat footage on the channel yet? It's been a week, bro. Well, it's because I have a friend of mine, the Enormous Infant, or Evan Chen, aka the Enormous Infant. He's editing up the footage right now, and then it's gonna be on the channel pretty soon, so just wait, little kitties, it's coming. But I'll give you a little bit of recap of what actually happened at the meet. I ended up bombing out. Nah, I didn't bomb out. I got 8 out of 9. 8 out of 9. So, top squat was 622. Top bench was 380. Failed my third at 402. And then top deadlift was 755, which felt light as fuck, and I'm very, very happy about it.
Here we go!
Big thanks to Silent Mike, who picked my second and third attempts. I told him, just don't tell me what's on the bar for number 2 and number 3, and I'm just gonna go and lift it. And that's what happened, except for bench, because I'm not a bench bro. So we're gonna be working on these titties. Pecs, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be offensive. What's next? What's next? The title of this video is about post-meet blues. This is my first meet. I've heard of a lot of people having post-meet blues. This is, you know, you lose the drive to train, you get bored with training because there's no competition coming up soon. How do you deal with that? So I've had post-show blues. You know, post-show blues is when you do a bodybuilding show or a physique show and you're not shredded anymore and you gain body fat and you want it back. I guess you should just start training. So what I'm doing now, okay, to deal with continued progression and changing things up is this. Typically, 8 to 12 weeks out from whatever powerlifting meet you're gonna do, you start to specialize on the big 3. Meaning that, you know, you start doing lowering the reps of your squat, bench, and deadlift, you take out excess accessory work, and you just focus on these movements so that you can perform them well on the platform. That's at least, that's what you probably should be doing, but it's probably what you do. So, let's do afterwards. Change things up, build some muscle. What I'm doing is this. So for my pushing movements, I'm actually adding in the overhead press, but let's first talk about the bench. I'm gonna be benching twice a week, okay? One time it'll be in a hypertrophy range, and then I'll probably do some extra sets a little bit heavier. That'll be maybe sets of 6, 8, 10. And then on another day, I'm going to be doing the banded bench press, because what's the hurt? A lot of guys at Super Training like utilizing bands, so I'm going to, you know, hop on that bandwagon and use bands. Whew, that was a nice pun. I'm going to hop on and use bands. And then another movement I'm going to bring back is the overhead press. Lo and behold, I haven't worked the overhead press in 6+ months, but the other day I was able to hit 240 for a fairly easy PR. 250 was there, just didn't attempt it because I wanted to stay safe. So I'll be doing OHP on other days. The goal of that is also hypertrophy, so I'm going to be working with higher rep ranges in that movement. I'm not going to talk about percentages, but, you know, 6, 8, 10 reps, no, not 10 reps, 6 to 9 reps most of the time. And those are the pushing movements that we're going to be utilizing during this next training cycle. A question you may have for me real quick is, oh, why such high reps now? It's not going to be for everything, and it's not going to be all the time, but a good thing for all of you to think about is this. Greg Nichols had a great article on strength theory the other day about, I believe, the correlation between muscle and strength, and does it correlate as strong as we think it does? The gist of the article is yes. If you have more muscle, you have the potential to move more weight. All right, so ideally, it's going to be a good idea for all you strength athletes to probably pack a little bit of meat on your bones so that you can move more weight in the gym over time. This doesn't always mean, though, that the biggest guy is going to be the strongest guy, but it just means that he probably has the potential to be the strongest guy if he were to start focusing on strength training. So in the off season, this is why it's a good idea to build some muscle. Okay, now let's talk about the pulling movements. We are still going to do the sumo deadlift every now and then, not all the time, but we're going to start utilizing the stiff leg deadlift. So what I'm going to be doing in the stiff leg deadlift is I'm going to be controlling the eccentric of the movement. I'll probably be doing it twice once or twice per week. But it's just a movement I haven't done in a while. I don't feel like doing a classic conventional deadlift, so I'm going to utilize the stiff leg deadlift and really focus on controlling the eccentric of the movement, utilizing a lot of hip hinge, so I'm not jerking the bar off the ground. Video on a hip hinge coming soon. And that's going to be one of our pulling movements. A second pulling movement is one that you guys have heard me rant and rave about on this channel. It's the pendlay row. I'll talk more about the pendlay row on another day of why I love it so much, but we're going to be doing that twice a week. One of the days we're going to focus on moving it for higher weight or higher reps, 8 to 10, 6 to 9, and we're going to be also controlling the eccentric of this movement. Okay. On another day, we're going to work in heavier weight, so maybe 85, 90% for maybe sets of 4, 3, 3, and 4 to 6. And we're not going to be controlling the eccentric on this day. The big goal for the pendlay row is by the end of this next year, being able to pendlay row 405 for a very clean rep, hopefully multiple. But the pendlay row has really helped me be able to keep position on movements like my sumo deadlift and even keep position in the hole on the squat. I'll let you guys think about why that is. I'm not going to explain it right now, but I will later. Now, we've talked about push. We've talked about pull. Oh, weighted pull-ups. That's another movement I'm adding in. Also focusing on having very, very clean reps. I want to stick to higher rep ranges for this movement, so 6 to 8 reps. Probably a total of 50 to 55 pull-ups each day I utilize it. I'm not going to be really trying to increase the weight that I use on this movement. I'm just going to be trying to move 25 pounds on the weighted pull-up as clean as possible. When I'm able to get multiple sets of 10 clean, okay, not forcing any of these reps, then I'll increase to 30 or 35 pounds. Again, the goal is to just grow this back, okay? Now, legs. I'm going to be utilizing the front squat. So I had a pretty nice front squat PR the other day, something I've never done in my entire life. 415 pounds for 2 reps. Now, granted, I've done 405 for 1 before, but it wasn't clean and it wasn't like this. This 415 by 2, I probably would have been able to move maybe 3 more reps. So that's very, 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 very awesome to see. So I'm going to be working on front squats, and then for my squat, I'm not sure yet, but I'll be probably doing a high bar or low bar squat. Either way, whatever I pick, it's going to be paused. Because paused is good, and that's why paused is always good. So I'm going to be working on the paused squat probably one day during the week, and yeah, that's that. Might utilize the pit shark every now and then. If you don't know what the pit shark is, that's why Google exists, friends. So I think that's it. Hopefully this video was short. There's not much more to mention here. Do read that article. Go to the description box. It's a 15-minute read, but trust me, you'll love it. If it was too long and you didn't read it, the gist of it is put on more muscle if you want to be able to gain more potential strength over time. But there's a lot of cool little details in there that you don't need to know necessarily, but it's kind of nice to know. And some of them actually give you a clue or some ideas of how you would probably... What's the word I'm looking for? How you would probably organize your training so that you'll be able to build muscle efficiently and gain strength efficiently over time. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. The main reason I'm not doing a lot of bodybuilder accessory work, like a crazy amount of bicep curls and tricep, all that shit, is because of jiu-jitsu. When I do a lot of work like that and a lot of strength work and then go train, I get a lot of achiness in like my elbows. And I don't like feeling that. So I'm still going to be doing that every now and then, just a little bit, just to maintain and maybe build a little bit of muscle, but I won't be doing it as excessively as I used to. But for you, okay, you should do those movements. Okay, those movements will help you build a lot of muscle in your arms, shoulders. If you do like back accessory, unilateral work like one-arm dumbbell rows or hammer strength rows, those things will help you put on muscle. Okay, so you shouldn't neglect those movements. You should do that. I'm just not doing them as much because I don't need those movements as much as I used to. And it's just not mixing well with BJJ. Let's go back to the outro. Okay, that might be another good video idea. So that's it. That's all. this is the end of the video. So, thank you for watching. This is Nsima, the Centaur Inyang from Break the Bar. Meat footage coming soon. Hip hinge video coming soon. This is Nsima, the Centaur Inyang from Break the Bar. Be an anomaly. Seriously, be different, be yourself. Don't be anyone else. And I'm going to talk to all of you very, very soon.